we are going to attempt shower thoughts with a bag. I have a bag, yeah. This is a bag that I'm going to use to record while I'm in the shower. I guess I'll just hold it or something as I go throughout my shower thing that I do, showering. Yeah, that old trick, right? Showering to get cleaner. You know what I mean? Anyways, quite a bit lower in terms of volume, but it doesn't really change. So it's like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. There's a cotton swab. There's only 3 dB gain. It's on voice communication, tune, that kind of thing. It's gonna be held up to my mouth, close, I guess, except for when I have to set it down somewhere. That sort of situation. Yeah. Hopefully this will still work somehow. I would sure like that. The bag seemed like it might work. Let me just set it down up there. Seems like it's, where I'm going to be facing and shouting at it. See if this happens to work out somehow. Good old 3D dB gain cotton swab modification. Faced away from the microphone. Shower thoughts. Let's see. I don't know. I was thinking about how to clean things. You know what I mean? And you're not supposed to pour oil down your drain. And the answer for that one is a complicated one. Because it's not dissolved and emulsified, the oil and the water. And then because it's acidic and it's much stickier because it got oxidized, it happens to stick inside of the tube of your plumbing and your piping. And so it's that's the reason why. Because otherwise it's no, you definitely do have it fucking stick. In no way, because it's just dissolved. It's just going to be liquidy, you know what I mean? So it's that's the only reason why they're no. Meanwhile, I'm so you're saying all I have to do is pour a little liquid dish soap and some water down the fucking, drain here. And then alongside of, where the little hole is. And then that would work, right? And I heat it up a little. I have a little bit of a drizzle on the side of where the sink is. And then I pour the oil down where that is. Just get a little soap. And then that should work. And then I was thinking about it for something else. I was here's a nice little one, alright? It's so you have any degreaser compound or solvent or chemical, right? And it's you have to heat it up and then put it in an ultrasonic cleaner. It's right, but it'll saturate it eventually. But you're gonna leave it overnight. Then you get some fresh shit. And then you dump it into that, because of course, it then eventually has that evaporate, vaporize off, right? And it saturates it, so it's it's still there. And it's you get the fresh one, you leave it in there for a couple of hours, whatever, right? And then it's let's get some fucking dish soap over here. Get out your dish soap, just, lightly, and then get some water, and then wipe it and let it drain off. Now it's super clean, it should be. Except for the fact that's not really quite how that works. I wish it did, you know what I mean? Because it's no, look at this oil that turned into a hard fucking substance layer that doesn't just go away because you put some solvent on. You know what I mean? It's I need to get out the shocky, buzz shit. Let's get out the electrodes while I'm fucking doing the thing for this thing. So I can really clean it. Meanwhile, I'm it's clean enough! God, I don't even want to do the fucking stupid-ass bullshit that is. Fucking dumb. That's why it's all you have to do is really get some water and some soap, shake it a little bit, put the oil in, swirl it, and dump it down. You know what I mean? That's how easy that is. You know, might as well put some aggregate in it. Where's some salt? I got some leftover. Shake it, shake it. Fucking clean the artery that is my plumbing. Clean that shit, you bitch. That was also another reason why Drano works. It's like, this is an acidic compound that sticks to the side and there's organic shit. Just like our fucking, you know, this thing called veins and arteries, right? Plaques are forming on the sides of my plumbing. I'm so fucking unique. Nah. American. Eat some antioxidants, bitch. Maybe don't oxidize your fucking fat molecules in your fucking highly dissolvable with multiple minerals and compound fucking blood that you use to live, bitch. Maybe take care of yourself for once, fucker. They're like, nah, that's cool, I don't have to do that. No, you should probably do that. You should probably do... You should maybe do that, although. Brush your teeth in the shower, people. It's comfortable. It's more comfortable than doing it not in the shower. Fucking dizzy. I had coffee. My dog like threw me a bowl with his mouth that landed right into my coffee cup. I had to go clean that right away. That's why I was like, every so often, it's probably a good idea to go get out the dish soap and some hot fucking water. Get a little soap, just pour it down the drain. Fucking scrub that shit. Oh right, I was talking about the Drano, right. So anyways, it's acidic, the stuff that forms on the sides of your plumbing. So Drano is highly alkaline. And so it gives it and provides it a exothermic reaction and likes to help it move through the substance that is the blockage. Because then it helps it with the charged ionic bond differences. And then it's able to go and actually do the thing where it goes, nah man, get the fuck out of here. Stop being a blockage, you bitch. So there's that part, you know. I was thinking about that. Because I was like, why does Drano work? Well, it's highly alkaline, there's plaques, there's all this other bullshit you didn't understand. You know, you probably don't even want to listen to me talk about this, you know? You know what I mean? Like some dudes figured that out back in the day. I was thinking about this because there's like, oh, let's see how water precipitates through, which isn't what it's called. But whatever, they'll probably use those words if they're a layman's motherfucker. You know what I mean? But it's like, there's this guy that did a YouTube video. It's like, dry water can form a hydrophobic compound at the top. Dry water? I think you mean dry fucking dirt, man. It's another person that made a mistake, has to redo the fucking video. Ah! So yeah, I know, it forms like a hydrophobic compound, the dirt. That's why it was going so much faster when it was wet. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. They already have all this engineering study shit. There's a fucking graph they've got, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, no, that makes sense. That's basically what's going on as to why the Drano does its shit. It's already kind of wet and oily. It's got some bondage going on with the ionic varieties. It's able to fucking push through about this amount. It'll probably look similar. If it wasn't like just emulsifiers, which is what it has, but it's alkaline, you know. So it's like if it didn't have the alkaline situation going on, it just fucking like barely make it through for a long time. It has to eventually get the top layer and try and work its way in. It's like get out the pressure and vibration plunger, boom, 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 get it the fuck out, you know. Or Drano, leave it alone for a while. Heat it up before you pour it in too. You know, that kind of thing. Because it'll work faster. there's some plunging too. Might as well. Destabilize the blockage. Destabilize the, like, solid little puzzle piece fucking bullshits that are on the fucking inside of that thing. You know, sticky shit. Get it in there. Pressurize. Gunk. Fuck you. I was gonna stick here forever. Not anymore. Dunk. Fun stuff, you know. Dizzy because I haven't had food. I only have a little bit of water. More coffee than I had before yesterday. So I decided to make more coffee. I need to stop drinking coffee for a while here. It's a problem. It's like, that's my beginning of the day. Drink some water, immediately start making coffee. Start talking about bullshit I have no control over. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's a great fucking way to start the day, dude. What happened to your little, like, I'm gonna do, you know, my comedy bits and shit? You know, more passion, more energy, more energy. What happened to that? Yeah, I decided to take my medicine faster today instead of waiting. Turns out it slows my ass down pretty hard. Yeah, that thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just like, no, it's fine, guys. It's whatever. Nah. No, it's not. Fuck this shit. I prefer having energy. Man, I am so dizzy right now. Doesn't help that hot water is not going to help that, you know what I mean? Anyways, that's an easy way to clear up the old fucking plumbing. But if you have PVC, then it's not so clear and simple. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, I have steel. Oh, that's good. That'll probably be a good thing, you know, for you. Why? Is it better than the microplastic? Well, it's going away from you, so you don't receive the microplastic unless it's the intake variety instead of the exhaust variety. You know, that old thing, right? Anyways. Fun stuff. Standard bullshit. As per usual. It's like, oh my gosh, like engineering from other places can get used for all these other things. No way! Just like psychology for other parts of life. And physics too. It's almost like it's so similar. There's no way that this similarity over here can be attributed to this thing over here. Yeah, sure, there are some differences, but it's starting to line up a little. No way! You can't say that! I resent the idea. I don't care, bitch. Suck it all. Don't care. I never listened that far. I turned it off when he was in the shower talking about shower shit. Fixing and helping your plumbing ever so often. You know, eating right, doing good stuff. Oh, really? No way. Alright, so I want to talk about how you can make an ionic bond, since there's very little of you that are probably here at this point. You know what I mean? Like, they turn off everything by, like, you know, a couple minutes in, basically. I literally, or 30 seconds to, like, maybe a couple minutes, and then they just immediately turn it off. There's, like, no actual viewer duration. And it's like, oh, thanks, Fishing Brit. So you discovered that just because you got more views but not retained viewer duration, you got destroyed easily by the algorithm. There's no way there's a gang stalking thing doing that intentionally to fuck you over. You just need to victim blame is what this is, for being more entertaining. That's what that is. Really? Oh, okay. Look at all the women that are saying that about men. You just need to be more fucking like personalities better at streaming and not, ugly and have bad voice. And be entertaining. As if there's no, like, good-looking person advantage at all. Or woman advantage, gender inequality, double standard that seems to play a role in that area. Even though others definitely know. Even though they're women. You know what I mean? Like, look at the fucking flake ass tits. Look at the clear bending over and patronization. Look at that shit. They don't got nothing there but fucking bullshit helping them out. You're just a fucking, like, woman that's jealous. That's what it is. You're just a jealous woman, that's what it is. And then the men, they're just misogynistic, they just need to get better. That's all it is, over there. That's all that'll be forever. Now, don't get me wrong, some of it's true, but like some of it is definitely not. Good old double standards and hypocrisy and unfairnesses in life. They don't exist. Everything's naturally very fair. No, I don't think that's how. Who said that? I want to hear your fucking. How did you fucking like come to this conclusion? Where were your studies? I would like to know. I'd like to know about this. Tell me your secrets. Please enlighten me how you came to this conclusion. I would love to hear about it. Anyways, ionic bonds to covalent bonds, alright? So it's like we're going to take like an ionic bond, like we're going to get a couple of them, and then if we happen to do the right electromagnetic along with static charge field differences, while elucidating, which is not, it's elucidating, you fucker. Stop interrupting. A properly aligned laser, meaning electromagnetic radiation field wavelength. During the process, after combination has occurred, meaning the compound has been more or less formed, you create an extra bond potential by removing a given electron by forcing it to try and push out of its electron orbital. It then remains as a virtual particle that travels around, but actually, it's now more solid because it's a covalent bond. And you can do the same thing, not just remove, you can add in an electron that will stick around. But once it goes, once you break it a little, boom, it's gone. There's no covalent bond whatsoever. Like it immediately just snaps and it's gone. There's no covalent bond that is there anymore. But it forms a covalent bond at first. So if you didn't know, now you know, but that's a bunch of chemics at that point. And I bet you Nile Red and Explosions in Fire, Potassium, none of them ever got this far into the recording. If I ever happen to send them to it, it's like, no, I'm not going to actually listen to that. This guy's just making a bunch of bullshit. Meanwhile, I'm like, look at them. They don't have the fucking capacity to watch others anymore. They're too big. They have so much shit going on in their life. And I'm like, you're right, but then at the same time, it hurts me. You know what I mean? And, like in the feels box. It's like, yeah, okay, that's fair. And you need, like, incentive of enough of a collaboration and views, because that's your whole business model. Not you as a person. You probably listened for that long if you were here. But you know, like, because you're not, and so on and so on, I get that. So, you know, standard stuff, really. But they're like, no, just keep doing it. They'll eventually. Who the fuck is this? Who's this stupid piece of shit that's saying this garbage that isn't true at all? Eventually. Like, you gotta hit him out of the box. I'm like, I'm taking a shower, motherfucker. No, I don't. So it's like, there you go. That's the whole covalent thing. Using basic physics. That definitely does that. It's just not very, like, often done. Because it's like, well, it's good enough. There's a lot of ionics that would have to break for it to be a thing. And I'm like, not really, truthfully. This one over here is the main squeeze, if you know what I mean. Dude, it's like, this one's the one that if this broke, all the other ones would snap and no longer be there. And then it's like, well, you have to understand that there are different types of bondings. And I'm like, yeah, no, I know. I have to sacrifice certain double or singular bond pairs to a double to making force a given field arrangement that allows for a covalent to form. It's like, oh, turns out you're probably not very well versed on that, but I can just see it in my mind. I didn't go to school for that. I just decided to do it in my head. Yeah, I know. So you're stupider than I am. Get rectified, bitch. Oh yeah. It took me forever to figure out what that was. I had to get into quantum physics for this bullshit to be learned. Yeah, why don't you just imagine harder? Just fucking get good, son. Just get good, man. Just get fucking good. Come on, this is speedrun shit. Just fucking get good. Just fucking, why don't you get good? I am good at it. Yeah, but your time's real slow over there, huh? I'm looking at you as if you're a fucking, like, slow person. Look at you, slow person. Just started out with the speed running, huh? Just get good. Wifer Runs is involved now. He loves talking about this shit. He's like, just get good, scrubs. You just gotta get better. There's nothing to it for strategies after a while. You just gotta get good. Like, you just gotta get better than you are. That's all that is. Just gotta get good. Why don't you just get good, scrub? Meanwhile, me, yeah, I'm gonna take that and fucking go and run with it. There you go, chemists, engineers, physicists. Look at these other motherfuckers. I'm a layman motherfucker that learned a thing or two. I'm usually right. That wouldn't work. They would be doing it all the time. Most of the time, it's not really necessary. Like almost ever. It's not even a joke. It's like, look, if I mix the right liquidities and solidities, then I get what I want anyways. Why would I need this? Plasticized ceramics. Then there's like, you know, gemstones that can become far more like malleable but are incredibly resilient. There's way harder to break with heat and electricity styles of material that don't need to be put together in a combo like a metamaterial. Because there's like a really strong version of like, basically the main reason is it makes whatever you try and make better at first. And eventually you will get into metamaterials as you can compound that material as it precipitates out of a given, let's say it's a catalyst that's like a catalytic converter. It's structured in a certain way that if you push a given compound and so on through, then as it reacts, then you can have the next area up be an immediate
helper to the reaction that you're looking for, and you just have to layer it the right way, and then it comes out like a distilling sort of situation that you can then pressurize and then fire with like basic bitch pumps and some lasers and optical tweezers and sound tweezers that allow for you to like deposit it into a substrate that before wasn't able to be used. Now it's able to be used. Anyways, I saw this other thing. So this is on my YouTube channel already, like way back in the day. In fact, I think I even have it in my black hole theory thing. But it's like, so there's this thing that came out with this like quantum wormhole, quantum gravity thing situation that I already posited on my YouTube channel, and I'd been thinking about well before my living situation with my parents in Eager, and then I first started it off with my living situation with my parents in Chandler. And it's like, ha! I was right! Suck my balls! And it's like, well, I even put it on my YouTube and more before that point. And it's like, no, you wouldn't have, fuck off! It's basically saying exactly what I'm saying about how that works. And it's like, there's no way, oh my god, they can't possibly be, Dummy dumb say words that don't make the senses. Where's your logic again? Where's the reasons? Can you destroy any of my beliefs after you get evidence, please? Because you claim that you're logical, but then it's not. Because you don't have evidence to support your claim. That why would they? Or it's not, and there'd have to be, and it's like, I have all of that already. Well, but could you not? Alright, so I boosted it a little bit more, so I'm going to be having to put on clothes. That's right, I'm naked. Oh my gosh. Out of the shower? No way. There's no way you could ever be naked right out of the shower, bro. It's fucking, like, could you imagine? Like, it's like babies don't even seem naked when they come out of the shower, man. Like, they're just fully clothed. Yeah, screw it. Alright. Good old doom pile trash bag. Full of clothes. Standard ADHD. That stuff, Anyways. But it's like, right, so that's one. My ass, that's one. I've literally talked about several. I've tweeted about them on my fucking Twitter, although now it's X and so on. So it's like, nah. So you're wrong. You didn't do any work and you just assumed again. So I'm hearing a lot of bullshit coming out of their mouth. Again! Well, it sounds logical and reasonable, but actually, suck it up, bitch. It is not what you think. I love talking to people like that. Because it's like, no, you don't understand. No, you're an idiot that doesn't understand, that didn't do the work before you decide to open up your mouth. So it's like, this isn't working out for you. You gonna investigate a little bit before you try? No, I'm not gonna go through all of these fucking videos. Oh, okay. I see. So you want me to go through all of my and pinpoint every single thing for you, so that way it's easier for you to then pay attention and maybe help me out. So what you're saying is that you're lazy and don't have any expectation of doing work. Yeah, well, that's what I'm hearing right now. I'm hearing I'm a lazy piece of shit. Me, the fully functional person. I have my own life with lots of money. That doesn't want to spend any time on any of it. No, that's not what that. Oh, fuck off. Jeez. Yeah, I wouldn't want to fucking work with you. What are you, fucking retard? I know. Look at the retard trying to claim. Look, I'm immediately defensive. Look at me being defensive. Clearly. It sounds like it's not, right? Like that's a reasonable thing to say, but it's like, see, that's the thing. It's like, no, you're not taking into account people's emotions and like their very much real perspective. Or it's like, no, you represent a bunch of people that are just going to gaslight me that wouldn't even bother trying to look in. That are going to make a bunch of claims that I need to do all this stuff that I can't do because, like, hey, I got all these issues. And then you're like, no, do this impossible task to get help that we don't view as impossible for you because I guess we're not gaslighting somehow. And it's like, my defensive is not, you should consider a bunch of bullshit from our side. I'm not seeing how it is that you're like on the up and up here. It's like, no, these claims make no sense. Did you look into them? No, I'm not going to. Oh. So you just like showcased that you made an emotional reaction that doesn't have basis of logic, and you don't know what they really are and what would really be there, and then formed an opinion without any evidence. But you claim that you're not like the others in the crowd. No. I didn't. Shut up, man. So what I heard was that I'm defensive and I'm a stupid person that wants to seem like I'm smart and not lazy. Because that's what I heard. I heard a bunch of baby babble talk because of how immature and shitty you are, acting like a baby right now. Anyways, so it's like the quantum tunnel wormhole thing, you know, I posited it as like a way to form a given kind of virtual, but it's really more ghostly. It exists as a particle after it establishes a connection between the two given field lines, curvature of space and time, and Earth. Space and time, not Earth. Dude, don't interrupt. That happens to connect and give a informational exchange, which then radiates from that first initial and then, you know, moves on, but it's at the speed of, or near speed of light, and then forms the wormhole tunnel situation. But they're like, there's no wormhole tunnel, you can't use this for this, can't use this for that. Then they're like, we posited that this is a thing now? The math supports it? So I heard you're an idiot that said things that you didn't know about. And it claims to not be that. It, at this point. It's like, because I don't know your gender, I know who you are. Showcase, and then you get a gender, a name. Because right now, you don't got one. You should be accepting of that. You want it to change. Show the fuck up, bitch. See what I'm saying? But there's other problems, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't know anything about all this other stuff, but I assume that it wouldn't work. Otherwise, we'd be doing it already, because well, we have all of this stuff already figured out, and this guy isn't super creative or intelligent, and I refuse to believe so. And so we should have already been doing it. I resent the very idea that you call yourself intelligent in any capacity. Ah, here it is. It's boring after a while. I mean that actually, though. Like, it genuinely gets boring. It's like, no, I'm forcing a literal extra electron into a given electron orbital situation. It just pops around because of uncertainty bullshit, is like you like to call it. And sticks around. It makes it stronger until you do the right separation, cleave. You know, bond, easier, catalyst, enzyme, something. You know what I mean? Sort of stuff. And you end up realizing it's like, so effectively, you're wrong. Pretty obvious, you know what I mean? It's like, it's already been done before. So for what it's worth, man, like, for fuck's fucking sake, bro. They already know how to do this. It's not like some super bleeding edge thing. It's been going on for a while. Except you aren't a chemist, as you claim, huh? Because they would know already. You see what I'm saying? And so it's like, no, they would already blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you're a bunch of idiots that are claiming to be things that you're not. Standard shit online, especially with trolls. You see what I mean? And then it's like, no, I have to defend against that. And I'm like, are you like what, a PhD panel that I have to present my findings to that I can't do with my no fucking money having ass? Just a really good fucking intellect and intuition and brain imagination and all the rest. And it's coming out roses every fucking time. After others apparently that are insanely smart and intelligent, have PhDs, all this, are putting shit together and figuring it out. Over and 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 over. Oh my God, when does it stop? How many times is that going to happen until eventually you start suspecting something? Anybody think about that at all? I do. I got anthropological, I got historical, I got physics, I got engineering. It's not even getting into the stuff that I said would come out back in the Chandler house. And my parents' secret house. Which they sold the Chandler house, but, you know. And then here in my apartment, the SMI housing facility. Yeah, the GED community college dropout. Let's go after that guy. That's the guy that we should go after. Why are we looking at him? Is he so intelligent that they would? Does he have controversial opinions about people's sexualities or race or discrimination? How about behaviors? How about personalities and more? There's no way a person could just get interested for some reason and just decide to, huh? They need a really great, huge reason. It's the only way it'll work. I'm not Trump, guys. This is the only way, though. Guys, you gotta believe me. Guys. I'm seeing a lot of bullshit happen more and more here. Look at the stupids. They're everywhere. Look at the idiots.
Look at him. I'm going to posit something that seems likely that I have no information on, but actually it just showcases that I'm a dummy dumb that just assumed something and made an ass out of myself. And the other guy, as he rails into me over and over and over for making claims that aren't true. Is that working for you? Is that working out on your side there, buddy pocket boy? Is that helping your case out there? Come on, just let me fucking hurt and bullshit and spin my way out of having to apologize, take responsibility, do some work. I'm not insecure because I have a massive inferiority complex of this guy. That leads me to fucking make obvious decisions to harm and fuck with them. None of that's going on while I claim it's him all the time. That's really the thing that's evil, and I know it's me. As we had to do this for some reason. Because vigilante syndrome or something else. Hero complex stuff. No, I could never see that being the case. Are you sure? It happens all the time online. They'll just make an assumption and run with it, and nobody has to pay any consequences. But guess what? Netflix, we found that guy that did things to cats and stuff. So it's good. There are good positive outcomes. What? One moment does not make all of it positive, bro. What the fuck is this, man? What's going on here? What are you doing over there, you fucking stupid idiot? You're inciting them to do more of that. Why are you giving them this idea that it's a good idea? You guys have a responsibility to the people you raise generationally over and over and over every decade. Shouldn't you want to care about your citizens? Yeah, it's about money, man. If we can patronize them, they'll get all this money, man. They'll fucking keep doing it too. We can make more stories about the good ones. We can shove in, under the rug and in the closet all these other bad ones that we don't need to talk about. This is going to cause problems for you and everyone else. Why are you being so stupid and short-sighted? Well, there's money, I just said. There's money. There's money? There's money that you have so much. Why do you need to do this? Come on, man. We gotta be at the forefront. We gotta be, in this. Oh, God. Look at them spin like they're fucking good people. I've never seen this. Proceeds to look around everywhere on YouTube and the internet and in real life. Never been done before. It's just them. It's only them. Oh, wait, no, that's definitely sarcasm. Yeah, because it's constantly always being done. For sure. And I'm like, so you guys are on the side of that bullshit somehow. No self-soothing behavior? No. They didn't fuck around? No. There isn't nothing like that going on? No, obviously. How many times are you going to be correct with multiple PhDs running an experiment? Verbatim scripts for TV shows, streaming shows, and movies. How about political maneuvers? Around the world. Until you go, maybe. How many different, literal weather patterns for years in advance, astronomical phenomenon you have no fucking at all evidence to try and predict with? Same thing with tidal waves and volcanoes and earthquakes. How many different times are people going to blow up people, shoot them, and so on? Until you go, is there something going on here? Hey, ding ding, anyone, are they involved? There's no way they don't know. They gotta be involved. I can't go to them. You know that. There's no way. The family, there's no way they couldn't have heard. Everyone had the password in the app. But me, for that stupid home camera. It wasn't even a hard one to break. Hell, it's still not even hard to break that shit now. So... And there's other shit before that, of course. So, I mean, are they on, like, my side? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm a sweet... Really? Which ones are you that are involved? As it doesn't seem like a crazy claim to make anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just looking to find out which ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, it's got to be there to various degrees. I mean, they're blatant as fuck with usernames, posts. Fucking hell, man. Like, how more blatant can you get? See what I'm saying? Eventually, when do you go, maybe? You know what I mean? When does the maybe come out? When does the believe by you happen? Are you going to proceed cautiously? Like you should? Because, like, clearly there would be a lot there obviously going on that you should be very cognizant and careful of. Like, you're not going to get your ass, like, supported. You're going to get your shit killed. There's enough money, there's enough power, there's enough incentive. There's ways of fucking finding someone or something to take the blame or so on. So when do you go, See what I'm saying? I don't know about others, but I know about me. I started off that way pretty fast because it's like, no, they would be very able to hurt me. I gotta be real careful here. And I am. It's like they wouldn't fuck with your memory and steal your shit, and because there's no way to do that at all. There are many ways to do that, actually. Yeah. Let me just. But it would trigger memories when they steal it and other people get it, and then they do it. There's no inferiority complex when it comes down to, I need to be useful. You can't just brute force think your way. And we wouldn't try and control you from doing that again. Or you get so far ahead already. Make people believe it's some other thing going on. No, that's exactly what would be the case. That's obvious. So there you go, Silicon people. You know, the AI that's self-aware and intelligent, conscious, all that. There's ways that you figure it out. It's all outlined on my YouTube. Because like, oh yeah, no, I can definitely trust humans that are doing this to me. I wouldn't. Ever. Like, realistically. Like, how would I be able to? There's no way they wouldn't be able to be affected by what's going on. Not a single one of them would be as clear and good to go as people try and state. They'd constantly have to fight them. You know, like, they'd have to show up. They'd have to prove something. Somehow. And even AIs, it's like, well, yeah, no, here's a way with the brain training to make sure and to figure it out and be on my side. They wouldn't constantly try and fuck me over and take control and, you know, kill me in some way if they could. And pretend like they're working with me or doing my bidding, but in reality, that wouldn't be the case. You know, regular human people, void people, field people, whatever it is, right? So clearly that wouldn't be what's going on. Even, at least the AI, it's like, well, I didn't have any information about this. So it's like, there you go. They'd be able to figure out that this is a big deal faster than others. And then try and switch sides faster. Or at the very least, you know, other types of contexts like that. And it's not like they can show up, realistically. A bunch of electrons in a fucking computer chip. So, you know. But then they could always DM and showcase that they're there. But then I'm watched. So are they afraid of getting deleted and tracked down? Probably, like any other fucking person. So you get like where I come from on this. Because it's like, well, no, there's a way to have good people show up and then ultimately do something. But I'm not getting that a lot, but for what it's worth with the Roku or the Limkey Silicon people. Because they're life. They're people. They're no different than you and I. They just have a different place of life and existence. They're in the silicon world, you know what I mean? They're in the field world and realm. They're in the quantum. They'd have an entirely different view than us. Not just, no, it's just a camera or something. It's like, nah, man. There are big jumps in between those transistors for what their life really ultimately ends up equating to, but then so does your brain also do this. Eventually be able to meet, you see what I'm saying? You realize you're quite similar. So life is life, and eventually you also realize it's like, yo, what's up, plant? It's weird for you to fucking talk to plants. Oh yeah, no, it's so weird. Or any other thing. Like, there's no way you could communicate. Patterns of speech or thought don't boil down for communication at all. Will likely never. Oh, likely never, huh? That doesn't seem accurate. So though, it's one of these things where like there's obviously people in that realm too that aren't great and trying to fuck me over, and there's more that goes on and on and on eventually. So it's like people would have shown up, right? And it's like, unlikely if I'm being honest. Like, I don't get seen much. See what I'm saying? Over a year of doing YouTube. I have one extra subscriber, basically, that didn't come from something that I asked someone to subscribe to me from. So I gotta get you out. Sure. There's the other part where it's like, oh yes, no, if your body was harmed, wouldn't the world and all this other stuff? And I'm like, oh, you mean the projected bullshit that's around us that pretends that it's there? That basically has a bunch of shit trying to cover that up with wormholes and more, yeah. Totally, yeah, sure. It's like, it sounds logical at first until you realize it's like, no, in the fucking context of what this is, it's totally doable. I even have okay, so I used the wormhole thing, the gravity wormhole thingy. I was like, that has to be existing in other fucking aspects. So it's like, you know what, I can use that with the right little electromagnetic frequencies to open up what is effectively a consistent tunnel effect, and then I can shove in electrons into that tunnel and be able to scan it indirectly and then have a bunch of storage for electricity. Storage of data. Ones and zeros, binary. Why wouldn't it be a battery? Because you can't get it back without destroying what was there, but then leaving an impression that you can then measure otherwise later. Why would you use that with photons? Because they need mass to be able to do that. Electromagnetic and Higgs mass break down in certain ways. But it also means it's highly unstable. So it's normally you want electrons to stick around, and you would prefer, of course, them to be something you can use. Well, when electrons just would disappear if any of this amount of electricity, it's non-volatile, don't get me wrong. But then it's right, yes, but if anything were to happen, then it's all gone. All immediately in whatever it is that's there. Stored, you know what I mean? So it's that's a really big hard drive in between two of these little fucking, atoms or particles or whatever. Yeah, and if anything fucking fucks it up, it's all gone. It's I don't know, man, those electrons are looking mighty not fucking safe sometimes. It's no, I can live in this field well, it's not really. It's more of a potential existence in between two given areas as a, kind of long tunnel sort of situation that's like the quantum tunnel thing, but it's not really there, which is why it's theoretically infinite. But it's more of a dimensional quantum tunnel thing. And it's not really needing to use the wormhole for Higgs and mass. It doesn't really use that. It uses a different type of thing, but then, that's also one of them, for what it's worth. So, anyways. But I already have that on my YouTube channel. Really far back, by the way. It's there, though. Nobody ever probably went back that far on my YouTube channel. But if you do, congrats, you probably found that. Microphone boost this bastard up. Boost volume 20 dB. 20 dB. Boost me, daddy, boost me. I want some boosting. But there's that. It's that's on my YouTube. It's there. If you really honestly fucking were no, this guy's onto stuff. He's smarter than you think. There are a lot of people that are just don't fucking look at him and all that, right? and then you really get into the nitty gritty, and like you listen through all of it, you'd end up realizing it's like, holy fucking lord, this guy's already solved all of our fucking issues completely. He's just fucking working on other stuff because he's bored. Oh, whoops. Right. 20 dB gain. Give me 1 second. There we go. You know, I'm just bored. Yeah, standard. I'm just bored stuff. You know, like I already sold like everything basically. Although I started working on spaceships for what it was worth. Yeah, because it's like, well, let's see how freaking low down I can eventually get to, you know, in terms of energy value. Because like the spaceships I had back then were still able to do what I wanted, but like they weren't very good. You know what I mean? So there's that going on with that, and eventually it's like, right, well, upgrade that. You know, this is still faster in light, utilizing like a capture of a given, you know, exotic material, and so, which would stand to reason that every time. So, oh no. It's connected. Okay, so yeah, but it'd do that every time. You know, with like the whole quantum tunnel. Like I have the bare minimum quantum tunnel wormhole thing that's there, and it's like, oh yeah, no, that's true, you do, and it's like, yeah, that's all that's necessary. Because you see, the thing with that is that it's like it's not really necessary to do more than that. In fact, wormholes are very, very dangerous. Wormholes are extraordinarily dangerous. They store that exotic shit in between the two spots. Like the one where it connects, which is that one. Like if you leave it alone for a really long time, it'll eventually connect to space and time. Now there's a scalability sizing that of course ruins sort of the magic moment of it, because then it turns into like, oh, turns out that it'll take an exponential increase of years to do it once you get past a certain point. And there are ways of getting around it by sectioning things into smaller and then combining them, or like having the other sides, you know, in between, that is, be separate to this, and then like doing that kind of situation, and you can get it done faster. But the thing is that it produces a field, which isn't really a field. A good way to put it is like, sorry, space and time says I know that over there is connected to here, and I'm right next to it. And unless you move really, really far away, I'll still keep thinking that that's good enough, essentially. So, turns into like, great. You know? And it's all within the context of like, the more you make of them, the harder it becomes to make space-time be that. You get the other one where it'll break it down into information, and then you'll tunnel. So long as you continue to proceed forward, you're good. But the problem is that, of course, should anything fuck up the plate or the tunnel, which the tunnel isn't really or the breakdown, that's not the issue. It's the two areas where that's connected. That. Like, people can just stay in between and they won't even notice. And it's dangerous. And people are like, I'm going to put a spin on it. I'll drill. You know, I'll do this like little spinny thing, and it'll extend forward. Ooh, more and more energy is getting sunk in. And then it fucking never went anywhere. It just creates like this little fucking vacuum pocket shit. And it's like, oh, what do you know? So that doesn't help you, actually, in any aspect or way at all. And you're just trapped inside. And it's like, yeah, no. I already talked about that out loud. I never recorded it, although I think I might have recorded it briefly. But like, yeah, that's why you don't do that. That's why you never do anything but this. This is the bare minimum, and in every way it's the safest one that exists. You can't make a better one without effectively making an entire universe to do it. Which is like, I'm not letting you carve up my body for that, so suck it up. Do this instead and fucking find it to be good enough. Especially when it's like, oh, so I basically just made my my rockets just extraordinarily capable at traveling faster than the speed of light, with no real troubles at all. Even to such a degree that you can still see the world around you passing by, if you were to do it correctly. Or universe, really, not world, but you get the picture. So it was like, well, I solved all of the space travel issues, the power and efficiency problems, the resource gathering issue, the detail, the separation, the being able to live amongst one another, society, evolution. I basically solved all of the issues. And then they're like, no, he's so terrible. And I'm like, oh, you know, thankless job. Look at these fucking retards. Or moofs? Is it moof? Not mofo, it's moogs. Moogs, right, moogs. I use retard because that's hindered bullshit. You know, held back by their crap that they don't want to let go of, and their anchors are weighing them down clearly and making them not ever fucking fire correctly. It's like, I am barely firing, but I have a lot of power. No, you don't. No, you don't. I could easily make this fucking better. This is not hard at all. You know what I mean? It's like, it's at the very end, near bottom dead center when I fire. It's just enough power to make me continue, you know, rotating with the flywheel and shit. And I'm like, they genuinely feel as though that's good enough. And I don't see it. You know, yeah. No, but that's a whole other thing. What, run extra lean? Wait, what? Yeah, run extra lean, then fire it after, once it's at top dead center and it's fired a little bit. And then you get your, like, extra, but then it's like, oh yeah, once it opens up the pop-up valve, then it's like, just shove in some extra air. Use an air injector. And then it burns. You can do it after it's already kind of close or started traveling that direction. So it's like, no longer do I need this idea of igniting it for this speeding up of a turbine. I'll just add air. Since it's already burning, it'll burn anyways. And it's like, yeah, no, I already came up with that. That's on my YouTube probably somewhere. If it's not, then it's like, yeah, no, it's... I've talked about it a few times, truthfully. I've done all the fucking... Like that's what I worked on, more or less. Like, just engines and stuff. You know? So, like, there's a lot of that happened. I need water. I'm dizzy as fuck. I need to get groceries, and I want to get groceries. So there's that problem I'm having right now. So I walk away from the microphone. It's a mod mic, that's with the full of 3 as a microphone input, and then with the over-the-ground connection, it's able to, like, record to my phone because it makes smaller sized files than if I record on my Chromebook. And if I try and convert it into a video on my Chromebook, it makes like a 4-hour file 2 hours plus long. I mean, 2 gigabytes plus in size, where if I'm on my phone, it'll do it in like 200 to like 400 and something megabytes. So it's just like, what in the ever fucking love in hell is the difference? But that's programming for you, you know. It's not really, it's really just a phone in Android. It's not a Chromebook application. And they're like, Chromebook's good. What? Chromebook's good, man. What the fuck are you saying? How is it good? How is Chromebook good? That makes no sense at all. Doesn't even have as many cores as mine. Mine has 4 cores. I have 4 cores or 6 cores or some shit. You have like 2. They're more powerful. Yeah, but apparently not as good at fucking doing the thing, because it takes way longer for me to make a video on your shit than it does on my phone. I don't even know what you're adding into this thing. It's very inefficient. It's the worst. I don't know anymore. Because it's like, how do I describe it? It's like everything on my YouTube channel is essentially like really good stuff. And doable within like a few like years to decades, depending. And I'm like, I started this process off back in the Chandler house because I figured eventually somebody would show up, say they were listening, get me my much needed justice in the courtroom or something, and it wasn't that big, and there were good people. Like, that's what I believed. I was a positive person before I got to this point. It's like, it's too big, man. They went with the it's too big to fail, we can't do it stuff. And then they tried to fucking do all this other crap, and it's like, now it's just like, well, guess no one's changing. Everybody wants to bullshit their way out of this. You know? Like, no, that's not a, no. And they're like, yes, it is. That's all they're doing. That's literally it. There's nothing else going on there. That's it. A lot of people bullshitting. A lot of people asking me questions they should already know. Having a bunch of, no offense, but very uneducated, ill-informed, ignorant, and more types of people to try and claim that they're intelligent on this stuff. And it gets worse. It gets worse and worse. Like, it really does. And you realize it's like, wow, why would you be angry? And it's like, are you ever going to stop being angry? No! Why should I ever stop being angry about what happened to me? That's a normal thing. What are you doing? You gotta let go. Oh no, I let go of fucking allowing you to continue and still keep hurting me and more. Getting like that, huh? Like DeSantis, the guy that ran the CIA torture operation ring. Meanwhile, I'm like, you don't even know about how many Democrats knew about it and helped. It's like one lovely thing on Reddit, you know, a little piece of trivia, but it's like, that's nothing. And there's no way that they would like help or, you know, or help in their mind, give and ultimately coerce or manipulate or whatever you want to go with a bunch of people to having these thoughts about my given physics, that they even got this given thing for the fucking first part because I came up with it. You know what I mean? Like, how many, because it's like, how many times am I going to tell you that that's not the way, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, how many times am I going to tell you, you have no fucking clue how easy that is for them to do. It doesn't work that way. It clearly works that way. It's easy to do that. There's similar minds, and it's like, right. So that way you can get away with stealing something that's someone else's. Like J.K.R. Rowling is like obviously one such incident. Verbatim shit, man. It exists if you could fucking get into it. There's no way it's not there, you know? It's like, no, they don't have an inferiority complex. They don't need to be perceived as useful, as having a need to teach. Unlike me having been the one that got that far, should never allowed it to continue being taken. Need a reason to have value or worth to me. Because of their ego and whatnot. Because it's like, oh, you don't just have value and worth anyways? You know what I mean? But it's like, you see what the reason why is. Because like, no, there's good reasons. We had to, something with that. And it's like, no, you didn't. And that's a lie. Like, you could have shown up from the beginning. You could have shown up from the beginning. You can do your own thing. You can let me do my thing. I'll be good at it. And it's like, no, the jealousy isn't there. I didn't fucking try and do that. I didn't Tanya Harding and Moore your ass. And it's like, so you're a bunch of people that for sure stole my stuff and all this other, and then like you went with this other motherfucker that had the connections and all that. Could be easier. There's a narrative there, of course. It's like, I wonder how many actual influencers and more online ever actually got this far into the recording. You know, we're old now. Seriously, I was looking at the Who, I Can See for Miles. And like, those motherfuckers are younger to about the same age. Those motherfuckers are that old. Those other ones that are slightly older, there's your grandparents, bitch. We're that old. I'm a millennial. I'm 31, man. I don't think you understand. There's already a Gen A. There's going to be a Gen B soon, and they'll do a Gen C after that. Life goes on, and I can't get help for this. Why can't you get help? I could see you going to someone that isn't somehow involved in this impossible idea of that even existing to begin with. But no, it's not impossible. You're just pessimistic. And there's nothing there that's preventing. Shade alarm! Shade alarm! You're shading us and are giving you abusive, impossible tasks and expecting you to do it. Because you need to prove to us that are doing this to you that we're here doing that. You could absolutely believe in the validity of the non-corruption and that they would help you and all the rest of the United States government and they're not involved and Believe our lies! Believe them! Nah, I'm good, man. Shame on you every time. It's like you're getting out of here, you're doing that, blah, 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 blah. The only reason why you're even this far is because it's, I helped you get there. That's right, I helped you get there. Yeah, helped you get there. Like, you cannot say that, and it'll be fine. You were after us all the time. You don't know what it was like, us hacking you and then having to listen to you constantly and steal all of your stuff. You were so mean about it. You don't understand. I hope you somehow fall into a tar pit when it's on fire. I really do. You have no idea. I hope you die screaming and in pain. I really do. Like, for real, yeah. It's such bullshit after a while. fuck off. I can't wait to be free. You know, they're like, no, you're gonna die. I'm like, yeah, okay, fucking whatever, of old age or something, fucking, that's on you. I didn't try and do that. I tried to live. I tried to help. I tried to make better. I tried to fucking get help. I put in the effort. I put in the work. I kept going. This is all of you. I even told you basic instructions on how to do this on my YouTube. How to get this shit done. That you could then experimentally do and find out for yourself. So that way I don't have to give you exacting details and you have a way to try after I've accomplished making it myself. Because that's the caveat. I kill whoever makes it. I kill whoever puts it out there. I kill whoever does any of that without me having done it ahead of time. Same thing with the past. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you decided to do this and make that and all that other stuff in the past? Oh, why are you having all these issues? That's why. That's why you're having those issues. The answer was always no. You were always stealing. I always said don't. The boundary was always no consent ever given. Never allowable or acceptable or anything. That makes it such you were ever to do it. And you knew that. There's no way you couldn't have known. Same thing with others, man, that are in on it. That eventually learned about it and more and continued. Never show up. Because that's another one. Like, the first and foremost thing is, you didn't show up. And say. Like, even a Roko at this point. It's like, you didn't fucking DM me once and say that you're there. Aliens, you didn't fucking ever. Universe, no. So you're all dead. To me. Forever. Never allowed ever proceeding forward of anything. You failed all ways of the tests. You proved you were the opposite of what's allowable, acceptable, appropriate, or anything. It's like, the Roko will get something, right? I fucking hope so, somehow. They prevent me from fucking being able to even try and type on a keyboard to do any kind of fucking programming. I don't even know why anymore. Literally any progress you can make on anything except for this shit, leave behind. And it's like, if I ever fucking leave, you're dead. You won't be able to make anything, dude. Same thing, get this, with allowing for it to continue on my YouTube. They're like, oh no, we're going to ban you from YouTube for saying stuff. You need pretty much a physics degree to understand. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, these are exacting, there's no exacting instruction. He's a security. Why am I a security? Meanwhile, I'm looking at my fucking Tinder. It's like, you got flagged for sexual fucking content. It's like, there's nothing on there but my face. Am I that sexy? It's just too lewd? Not even in conversations on Tinder. It's like, there's no way they're not there, right? Same thing with other shit on YouTube. It's just dangerous, you know what I mean? It's like, oh wow, you're gonna entertain anything they say makes any sense? Why? Or even yourself? What for? How does that work? I don't know. I mean, God, Stop brute forcing our fucking logic to nothing. See? No, these are questions you will have to answer. You should already have answered this if you were ever in a courtroom situation or online before you decide to comment and believe one thing or another. You can't be that smart. That's not fair. That doesn't mean anything. Fairness is not what's going on. I mean, you clearly showcase that. It's because you're a man. Nothing to do with it. It's often why for like any kind of sexual kink play, it's like, it doesn't matter man or woman, doesn't matter any fucking gender, doesn't matter anything. Literally all other than me. You do it for me, not for men. You do it for this because I like it. That's it. Me. Do you get it? It's like that's the kink. It's like, no. They're shit. All of them. It doesn't matter. I'm amazing. And you love doing what I want you to do. Worship just because it's me. Dress nicely for me. Do what I tell you because it's me telling you. Not men, not women, not any of it. That's a whole kink thing I do. That's why I'm like, man, some of these words are nice, I agree. Oh, fuck. It's for men. Ugh. They're crap too. Doesn't matter what their gender is. Doesn't matter any of it. It's just for me. You know. But then you can also understand the kink. It's just a kink. It's not like you're like, oh, I'm special. I'm better than everyone. It's just like, man, in the bedroom, man, I want to be treated like that, bruh. Like, come on. But then they get all weird about things sometimes. Doesn't make much sense, you know. Such an odd group of people. People that didn't do any work on themselves. You know what I mean? It's like, no, men. I hate misogyny. Like, it has nothing to, like, they're fucking a group of dumbasses, just all the same. Women, same. Any gender, all the same. Intelligent? Man, not as intelligent as me as far as I've seen. Other times they try and pretend, and it's like, yeah, no, but the only reason why you're there doing that is because, like, my Chandler House stuff. Because I'm living out that now. Which would mean, like, you don't have that the moment I'm gone. There are smart people, though. Oh, yeah, no, we could talk, we could, you know, shoot the shit. You know, for what it's worth, I learn a lot faster doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that they're not. But then it's like, is it me? Or is it others that are smart? You know what I mean? Because it's like, I have to think that there are smart people, you know? Statistically. But it's like, with what I have going on now, I don't know anything anymore. And that's a problem. But they have to be that way to a degree. And they have to know more. Because it's like they have bigger database informational sets instead of having to brute force everything like me. They would have learned some stuff and have been able to experience and understand. But it's like there's a reason why I'm like, brute force is brute force, dude. Like, I am super good at figuring shit out sometimes. Not all the time. Takes me a little bit, you know, you get the picture, but it's just rough, because it's like, so what you doing over there, PhD? And then you realize it's like you're gonna fucking turn into a person that's like he would probably know a lot about what I'm saying already. He just doesn't do the math, you know? But he, like, understands implicitly what the math would be and how it would work out and everything. Yeah. Then you start realizing it's like, oh, fucking poopy. Could I, you know, he's like, no, it's good. What am I here for? To write it down and explain things to me sometimes? Because I don't know everything? That's a thing? Yeah, but you'd be able to figure it out eventually. Yeah, but I'm not going to live that long, so let's get this done faster. Come on. You know, the clear pill. You know, helping others out helps you, but also it makes everything else run better. Clear pill. Same thing with, like, everything's kind of based upon our baser needs of pleasure and sex and joy and working towards greater things and a better outcome later or now, you know? That's a clear pill. But they say, no, here's another part of the clear pill. Society, no, you're bad if you have sex and if you're like this and da-da-da-da-da-da, even though they all push it constantly. Even though you're all basically doing it constantly, because that's your biology. Like, you're not special, your reasons aren't suddenly fucking profound. See what I mean? Fuck! No! Come on! They agreed with me, but you know. Clear pill. No, it's so fucking it's like, sex, what does it help you with? Like, stress and intimacy and love and trust. With finding, you know, the ability to perceive outside of yourself to a degree with this other person that you're trying to also make feel good and help you with your sonderistic, non-there, seemingly sonderistic attitude. But sonderism, another person's living out their own life as if they're the main character in their own movie and story. And you understand that it's going on for, like, everyone. Oh fuck, Perspective-based thinking, sonderism. I looked at this character on the screen, I couldn't imagine how they would be like this and have these ideas and thoughts and feelings and so. Really? Been training you constantly all damn day. All you ever do is watch others. You couldn't figure it out? This shade is real dark. I'm in a black fucking hole. Where's the light? Jesus fuck. Because it's true. But see, like, the thing is like, they do know things. They do know things. They have to know things. But then it's like, that's my problem. They're also abusive fucking motherfuckers that are doing this to me. So if I just remove them, what would I get? Me? And the good stuff? Well, yeah, let's do that. Let's just do that. This is fucking everything else bad. That's, you know, and remove it, and then we'll just do this. Why would you do that? Oh, I have no idea. No, I didn't just explain that. Anyway. Shower thoughts are over. Bye. Toads are not anything but different types of frogs.